Hello, I'm Jeff Hateman, owner and founder of Earth's Treasury. In this video, we're going to show you a little bit about where our Montana sapphires are mined and how the mining process works. For us, it's very important to know where our sapphires and other gemstones come from and to be sure that they're mined using ethical and environmentally sound procedures. To that end, we visit as many mines as possible, and since we focus on Montana sapphires, we spent quite a bit of time at the mines there in Montana. So come along with us and we'll show you where the sapphires are mined in the Rock Creek region of Montana. In the mountains of the southwest corner of Montana is the small town of Phillipsburg. Founded in the mid 1800s as a mining town, today it still maintains much of that old charm. The mines in Phillipsburg were initially focused on precious metals such as gold and silver. However, in the 1890s, a new resource was discovered in this region. We'll talk about that more soon. Today, most people in the region are involved in farming or ranching of beef cattle. However, high up in the mountains to the west of town, a new era of mining has begun, with potentate mining. These mountains are called the Sapphire Mountains, after the sapphires first discovered there in 1892. This deposit, near Rock Creek, a world-famous trout stream, is one of the richest deposits of sapphires in the world. Sapphires were first discovered in this region by a prospector looking for gold in Rock Creek, running to the right-hand side of these old cabins. He took the colored pebbles into town, where a jeweler identified them as sapphires, and shortly after, a period of sapphire mining ensued. These old log cabins are all that remains of the mining camp from the 1890s. Mining started at first in the lower gullies and washes and in this big flat area referred to as the meadow. More recently, mining has been taking place now on the mountaintops and hillsides. The gravels are mined from only small regions on the mountaintops, rich in sapphires. They're trucked to a sorting plant. This mountainous region was most recently owned by a timber company who clear-cut the land. Now that the land is cleared, sapphire mining can occur without disturbing the forest. After the mining is complete, potentate rehabilitates the land, replanting the forest. The sapphire-rich gravels are mined from just a few small areas in all of this landscape, focused on where the sapphires are most concentrated. They're trucked to a processing plant where the gravel is sorted and graded by size. Large rocks are removed, very small, fine dirt is removed, and just the best sapphire-bearing gravels are then concentrated and taken from here for further processing. Currently, there is a new processing plant near the top of the mountain which reduces the amount of trucking of gravels required. However, when this video was shot, the mining was finished down in Eureka Gulch. This little valley in the mountain was originally mined for both gold and sapphires, but now is used primarily for the mining headquarters and some processing of the mine production. Here we can see tailings ponds where the water used to wash the gravels is allowed to settle so that all of the silt and dirt falls out before the water is actually then reused. It is a closed system so that nothing but clean water eventually makes it back out into the stream. In the lower part of this video, you can see a loader dumping the raw gravel taken from the mine into a classifying plant. Here, further size screening is done, mud and clay is removed, and organic matter such as roots and tree limbs are also removed. From there, the sapphire-rich gravels are run through the final stage of this process in a jig which separates them by their weight and density. Because sapphires are heavier and denser than most other minerals, they can be sorted by this pulsating water jig where they settle to the lower portions and the lighter gravels and sand are washed away. Once a day or sometimes every several days, the jig is turned off and all of the sapphire-rich gravels are collected. You can see this process here as the team gathers around the jig and has removed the locked screens to remove the sapphire-rich gravels. These gravels are loaded into the buckets and taken down to the mine headquarters for the last steps in the processing. Those involve removing other heavy minerals such as hematite and rutile, as well as a lot of remaining gravel. We'll do another video soon that shows those steps of the process, but for now, we hope you enjoyed learning a lot more about how these sapphires are mined. Please feel free to subscribe to see more of our videos that cover the mining process, lore on precious gems, how gems are cut, and much more.